King Charles sees his youngest brother Prince Edward as a minor royal, according to a veteran royal writer. The Daily Mail's editor-at-large Richard Kay said that Charles will resist calls for him to grant Edward the title of the Duke of Edinburgh. Edward was originally promised the title by his late father Prince Philip, with the expectation that Charles would bestow the title when the Queen passed. Both the late Queen and the former Duke of Edinburgh said that they believed the title would be passed to Prince Edward in due course. However, Charles looks set to retain the title, amid fears that the title could disappear if he hands it to Edward, who is the Earl of Wessex. Speaking to Palace Confidential, Mr. Kay explained, "Over the years, it has always been the view at the palace, and certainly the view of his late father Prince Philip, that his youngest son would take on his title, as Duke of Edinburgh. King Charles was going to be king. The others have their titles." The veteran royal writer continued, "But Edward has had a rather contrived title invented for him, for his wedding. Wessex is a place that doesn't really exist after all, and Edinburgh is a substantial city, a capital of one of the 4 countries of the UK. However, we now know that Charles has a rather different view to the palace. He sees Edinburgh as such an important royal title that it shouldn't be passed to a minor family member because it would eventually disappear down the inheritance. There would be no long-term future of the title. Charles wants control over the titles." This comes as one frustrated viewer wrote into Palace Confidential to say that Edward deserved the title and that it would be dishonorable to the express wishes of their parents to deny him the title. The viewer claimed there would be a public outcry and backlash against Charles if he refuses to confer the title. The Daily Mail's diary editor Richard Eden warned that the move was a mistake on behalf of Charles. He said, "How upsetting for Prince Edward to be regarded as a minor royal when he is the king's brother. It is a very hard thing for him to take." According to palace sources, Charles is concerned the hereditary title would vanish when it was passed on to the Earl and Countess of Wessex's son, James, Viscount Severn. Earlier this week, MPs backed a new law allowing Princess Anne and Prince Edward to stand in for King Charles at official engagements. Princes Andrew and Harry remain on the list of stand-ins, despite both having stood down as working royals. The Prince of Wales, Camilla, the Queen Consort, and Princess Beatrice are the other councillors of state.